Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new, my name is Lily and I'm a Chinese transracial adoptee. Every week I post videos about my experience as a transracial adoptee, so if that's something you're interested in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into the video. So hello everybody, welcome back. Happy Tuesday. It is kind of a special episode today because I'm actually filming this only 4 days in advance, and that is because we have reached the birthday special. So on Thursday, I will be turning 26, and like many adoptees, I always have pretty complex and conflicting emotions around my birthday, and so I figured I would just do a little, almost like a check-in, and let you know how I'm doing, let you know the types of adoptee feelings I'm feeling this year, and yeah, that's about it. So, I mean, 2020 has been weird for everybody, and so I think that's part of why my excitement for my birthday is lower than it usually is. But you're watching this on Tuesday. My parents will be arriving in Austin tomorrow, and it's going to be the first time I've seen them since Christmas. And so I am really excited about that. I know that especially newer viewers tend to ask me if I've had a really negative experience with adoption, or if I just really don't love my adoptive family. And I just want to remind you all that I don't talk about my positive adoption story and my adoptive family a lot because I do have a good relationship with them, and the narrative is already saturated with adoption as a blessing and everybody should adopt, and adoptees are just very lucky to be adopted. I don't want to add to that narrative. I'm trying to just explain more of the complexities with adoption and talk about the narratives and perspectives that really get ignored and silenced often. So yeah, this is going to be a different kind of episode, I guess, because I am going to talk about my adoptive family. I am glad that they are coming. I miss them a lot, and I almost always spend my birthday with them. So even when I was in college, they would come to visit because my birthday always fell on parents' weekend or family weekend. And so yeah, it just kind of become a tradition that wherever I am, because I seem to just hop around the country, they will come visit in the fall around my birthday. So yeah, I am excited about that, but I think I've just been a little lower in general and feeling lower in general because of adoptee stuff. Like, as I'm reclaiming my identity more, I am thinking more about my first family, and so obviously those thoughts are really going to come up around my birthday. And again, birthdays are weird because for most of us, many of us, the dates are estimated. And so I don't really 100% know if October 15th is the date that I was born. Again, I was checked over by medical professionals, and based on my weight and length, are babies measured in height or length? And you know, there are other things. You have an umbilical stump and you can determine age approximately, but again, it's all estimations. And then when I think about my birthday, I think about how maybe it's not the exact date, but here we are celebrating on this day. But it's also the few moments that I had with my first family. According to my paperwork and those estimations, I was less than a week old when I was found. And so I think about how, okay, it's my birthday, I'm grateful to be alive, and I love the life I'm living, but it's also the anniversary of when I was relinquished. And so there are just a lot of those feelings coming up, and it also is enveloped by the increase in anti-Asian sentiments because of the social climate. And so it's just a lot of like feeling very defensive and proud to be Asian, which in turn makes me think more about my first family, and those feelings come up a lot more around my birthday. And so it's just like all culminating in this week, really. The week of my birthday is always a bit more stressful. And I think for many adoptees, that's a very common thing. And so, like, people in my life have asked me how they should handle my birthday and stuff. And I mean, I like my birthday. I think most people enjoy celebrating themselves and, you know, having a day where they can eat cake and get some presents and be surrounded by their support system. And so I do enjoy it. And it's not like I want people to just not acknowledge my birthday or not wish me a happy birthday. Like, I genuinely appreciate when people, you know, want the best for me and they want me to have a good day and to reflect on the things I've done and what I've accomplished. And I think it's just important to remember that, especially for me, because I'm not typically a very outwardly emotional person, that a lot of my emotions might seem rather muted compared to other people who don't really have complex feelings on their birthdays. And so I'll say thank you and I'll smile and everything, but then there just might be these moments, like if I'm at my birthday dinner and I'm just kind of like spacing out or not really in it. And that's just normal. I might just be in a different space, like, I'm thinking about my first family. I wonder what they're doing. I wonder if they're thinking about me, because, I mean, I would think that they're thinking about me, but I don't know, and I might never know. And so it's just 26 is kind of scary. I don't know if that is considered late 20s, but I'm definitely approaching 30, and it's scary, but especially with how my life has gone in the last 2 years, this is not where I thought I would be. I really did not know where I would be because, as I'm sure you've seen from this channel, there have been a lot of twists and turns, but I have really been focusing on just reclaiming my identity and understanding that I am worthy and valuable. And I think around your birthday is really when you can reflect on everything that you've done. And I'm proud of my accomplishments. I'm proud of where I'm at. I'm proud that I can be living this life and getting a PhD and working hard and having this YouTube channel and everything. And it's just been a really, I don't want to say productive, but it's just been, what is like not a cliche around your birthday? I guess everything's a cliche around your birthday. I feel like I've really matured and I have a new perspective and outlook on life, and maybe that's how I feel every time it comes around to my birthday and I start reflecting. But I think especially in the last 2 years when, you know, I went from being engaged and very close to getting married to having that called off and then reconciling, and also just completely in disarray when it came to my graduate program and not knowing what I wanted to do with my life, and then somehow getting everything back together just by putting my hands up and saying, you know what, life will take me where it needs to. And just realizing that I am strong and I'm resilient and that I am pretty capable. I feel capable of handling anything that life throws at me. And so, I don't know, maybe that is just what happens when you get older and you experience more of life. But this year especially, I think just because of the pandemic and life's twists and turns and reclaiming my identity, I'm feeling more of those complex emotions more frequently than I have before. Before, you know, the complex emotions would kind of pop up like, oh, I feel kind of sad. And this year it's happening sooner. And I think I'm more stressed just because, like, it is the first time I'm seeing my family in a long time, and I'm back at work in the lab and trying to work really hard, but there's still a pandemic going on, and I'm trying to focus on my YouTube channel, my blog, and just really, I don't know, make it more valuable to adoptees and not just the non-adoptee community who need to know about adoption. I'm really just trying to connect and remind everyone that we're not alone and we can do things. So that's where I'm at. I'm sorry it was so rambly, but lately I've been taking notes on what I want to say, and this time I thought, you know what? It's a birthday special. We just got to wing it. So that explains that. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for supporting me. It is hard to believe that there are over 1,600 of you subscribed and watching, and I know many of you who watch aren't subscribed. So please consider subscribing if you have been following along, because then you will actually get notified every time I post an episode. And so, yes, I am thankful for my life. I know that a lot of my accomplishments are due to my own hard work, and birthdays are complex. There's always going to be these conflicting emotions because so many of us just have no idea who our first families are, who brought us into this world. And so I think that's just going to be something that is with me forever, and something that I'm slowly letting the people in my life know about, because with birthdays, everyone just expects you to be really happy and really grateful and thankful for everything, and it's not always like that. So yes, thank you. Happy birthday to me, I guess. 26, that's insane. But here I am. If you are interested in more videos, you can always check out these two right here. But other than that, I'm going to enjoy the week with my family, and I will see you next time.